Welcome. I bid you welcome, John Clauser, Johnny Metal, the Metal Dad, coming to you from my music corner of the world. Welcome to another episode of Album Track Ranking A through Z. We're winding it down, folks. Today's the letter is brought to you by you. And, I could have gone all kinds of directions with this one. I could have gone Uriah Heep. I could have gone UFO. Ultimately, though, I went with this. U2's Under a Blood Red Sky, the mini live album, eight tracks, released November 21st of 1983. Um, this was basically really when I discovered U2. And essentially it was the videos that would come from this particular concert, even though the concert itself was all filmed at Red Rocks. The audio for this does not all come from Red Rocks. Only two tracks do. Most of the rest come from a festival in West Germany. So, and one other track recorded in Boston. But you could not get away from the live version of Sunday Bloody Sunday. That was just all over MTV, and so there was the studio version of New Year's Day, which those were the songs that really kind of got my imagination with U2. Um, it's interesting that they call this a post-punk in the genre, and maybe that's right. I really don't know. I'm a metal guy. I'm a rock guy. I don't know all the genres, post-punk, you know, this, that, the other. No, I just know what I like to listen to, and this album really captured my imagination. And even though I did a series with Ryan Gavalier on Ryan's Vinyl Destination with John the Music Nut and David Gallagher, Todd Evans, Grant Arthur, and I forget if there was anybody else around for those, but if you ever go back on Ryan's Vinyl Destinations channel and you look up those shows, oh boy, just have a bag of popcorn and a pizza and a six pack with you because they're very long shows. But they were fun. It was a fun exercise to go through the band. But let's get into this. This version I have here, this was actually a deluxe edition that came out, I believe, about 2008, 2009, about somewhere thereabouts. This features of course, the 8-track EP. Also features the full length Live at Red Rocks. And I find it interesting when I looked through the track listing for Live at Red Rocks that most of the songs that appear on the actual EP really doesn't happen until like about halfway to the end of the set. So all the, like if the set list for this is Out of Control, Twilight, A Cat Dub Into the Heart, Surrender, Two Hearts Beat as One, Seconds, Sunday Bloody Sunday, Cry slash The Electric Co. October, New Year's Day, I Threw a Brick Through a Window, a Day Without Me, Gloria, Party Girl, 11 o'clock TikTok, I Will Follow, and 40. Now, you're gonna figure out what the songs were used, obviously, in that last little bit. So it's not fair to do live albums when it comes to doing a track ranking, but no album, and I hope, and again, I hope that you have understood with me doing this series that when I've done this A through Z series, these are albums that have just really sunk into my DNA. As I said, I could have done UFO. I could have done Uriah Heep. Those albums are not really nothing by them is really in my DNA. It's not bands that I really listen to. Uriah Heep is actually a band I'm starting to work on. I'm starting to try and pick up some of the back catalog and listen through it. I have most of the early albums, which are wonderful, wonderful albums. after seeing them live with John the Music Nut and Nick Esquire made me want to do that. So anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Let's get going on these 8 tracks. Um, so the for me, the last track, my least favorite would probably be Party Girl. It's the song that ends side one, track four of the CD. It's a good version. It's just probably my least favorite of. There's nothing wrong with the song. It's just probably my least favorite of all of these. Next up would be 11 o'clock TikTok. Here again, not a bad song. It's really a good song. Um, it's just not one that always has stood out to me as we go through this album. The next one would be track six or the second song on side two, the Electric Co. There's an urgency to this song. There's a wonderful feeling. I mean, you have an urgency really about with all of these songs. Let me just preface that all of these songs are very, very good. They're very well done live performances. I don't really know if there's any extra touch-ups to any of these songs. I could not, I didn't really research it that much. But they still sound really good. When these four guys got together on the stage, they brought something. Um, I don't know from reports of folks that I know who went to see them at the Sphere in Las Vegas, and by videos I've seen of them, the band sounds good, but yeah, Bono doesn't sound so good. But that's for another day, another time. So yeah, my number six is going to be Electric Co. Next one, my fifth one, my fifth favorite is going to be the album Closer, which is 40, uh, taken from the Psalm 40 in the Bible, which is a way for the band to kind of slowly walk off. Edge kind of does his thing, then he hangs his guitar up, and Bono leaves the stage, and or actually in some instances it's actually Adam Clayton playing guitar, and Edge is on bass with um, with Adam Mullins on finishing up on drums. Um, and slowly but surely they just walk off the stage, and you just hear the crowd just singing, "How long to sing this song? How long to sing this song?" And you know, not to get preachy here for a second, but I think as a Christian, I have sung that many a time, saying, "How long, Lord? How long are you going to be until you come home to save us?" But anyway, next one is going to be Gloria. Great little section song to kind of show each of the band a little bit. Um, Again, what a classic track here. Really done well live. Um, Track three on side one is going to be "I Will Follow." For me, that's going to be my next one. Again, always another deep favorite of mine. Lots of urgency. A lot of people say that Edge is just an overrated guitar player. I beg to differ. There's just stuff that he does on these songs that it plays for the song, it works for the song, it captures the emotion. And to me, that says volumes. And I think after this album, especially as they started going towards Joshua Tree and beyond, it just became how ridiculous can his rig be with all the tones he has for every single song, and back in these days, I really feels that he just had a special energy in these songs. The next two are obviously the big hits, the most known songs by the band. Number two for me is going to be New Year's Day. Yes, there is a verse missing from the studio version, but again, there's just something so beautiful about this song. And it was a song that I would go to listen to start the year off. I would listen to this version of this song. It started as a teenager, and it kind of would carry on for a while. I got away from it because it's really not that happy of a song. But nothing changes on New Year's Day. It is maybe to some it's just another day. You're just starting a new year, but sometimes there are some new beginnings, and I certainly have seen that this year. Obviously, my favorite off of this is going to be Sunday Bloody Sunday. Um, Again, the video. A cold night a cold night in Colorado that you see in the video. It was the audio here is taken from West Germany, but that video with with Bono carrying the flag and planting that flag in the walkway and the fans trying to hold it up and but that cold night and you're just seeing everybody's breath and just the sweat pouring off of Bono's hair and stuff like that. It's amazing he didn't get sick or anything, but that to me that song just was just that was the song that has always defined U2 to me. Um, it will always probably be my favorite U2 track of all time. And like I said, I went through the entire catalog with Ryan and all those guys, and all those albums are really good. But yeah, that live version of Sunday Bloody Sunday, that's what's gonna do it for me. So there you go. Under a Blood Red Sky, obviously taken from the song New Year's Day. But wonderful album. I just don't think this band really was the same. It just became a totally different kind of band. I really think even after this album. So I know that might anger a lot of deep diehard U2 fans, but who maybe like some of the more later stuff like Octung Baby or All That You Can't Leave Behind or How to Dismantle a Time Bomb or and all those albums. But this will always do it for me. So what do you guys think about U2's Under a Blood Red Sky? What do you think about U2? You willing to go back and look to find some of those old episodes that we did on Ryan's Final Destination? Go for it. Johnny Clauser, Johnny Metal, the Metal Death Sin, rock forever, y'all. We'll see you next week when it'll be brought to you by the letter V. Take care.